it's getting pretty late out right now and it's pretty dark, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to test the Canon EOS R5 out in the field with some low light photography and long exposures. So let's go. Alright, so there's a couple things we're going to need for this. We're going to need two lenses primarily, and that's going to be the 50mm f1.8 as well as the 85mm f1.8. And the reason why we need these lenses is because they have the widest aperture for them, and with this wide aperture we could let in more light because at night we don't have very much light. And then the last thing we're going to need is a tripod. So with all that, we're good to go. So the first location is this spot that I've seen pictures of, and I've always wanted to take pictures here. And it's this awesome bridge here in Coronado. It's right there. Alright, so I'm out here now. We're going to try and take a long exposure of this bridge over here, and let's see how it goes. Alright, I think we're done shooting here. Let's go to the next location. Alright, so we're at the next location, and it is at Scripps Pier in La Jolla. To get there, you have to go through this cool wooden building, and I'm going to show you that right now. So let's go. So I'm out here at La Jolla Shores. I'm going to try and get a long exposure of this pier right here, so let's see how I do. And now I am back at my place. We're going to review the photos and see how they turned out. So, what do you guys think of the photos? Let me know in the comments down below. I will note that I'm not a professional long exposure photographer. I was doing this mostly for fun and to test out the Canon EOS R5 out in the field, both in low light settings for video and for photos. So with that in mind, there were some cool things that I found out. The Canon R5 held up pretty well in low light settings, even though it's not necessarily pretty much a good low light camera with that high megapixel count. It was good enough for what it was, as well as when I was throwing the photos into Lightroom, there was one thing I noticed with the long exposure. I took one at around 6 minutes with an ND filter, and I started to notice some hot pixels around, so I don't know if that's something worth pointing out, but apparently all cameras kind of go through this, so I was worried at first, but people on the internet said it's fine. So it was a fun day. We saw those cool bikers to get in the B-roll and some other cool stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Like this video if it helped you out at all. Subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on future adventures with the Canon EOS R5 and some other cool things that I have planned. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye. So it's getting pretty late out right now, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to test the Canon EOS R5 in low light. Yeah, my light went out just right when I was saying low light. You gotta be kidding me.